Thank you so much. Thank you so much. A R Rahman, ever since you've been discovered, music has found a new meaning. And that's how we see A R Rahman. International accolades, success back home. How do you handle all of this? Do you think it's just another thing because you give the appearance of being a very quiet and in control person, not wearing your emotions on your sleeve? How does A R Rahman handle the adulation?
I put all my emotions in my music. So, hello everyone. Great to be here. Thank you for everything. So I think family in my music is my family. So my father was in it. So I kind of grew with it from childhood. So I was playing for TV when I was 13, 12. So the fame thing kind of didn't affect me much. It was more internal. It was more internal. Like you said, internal fights.
I want to ask you, India has seen its name on the map this year, Grammys, we've seen Oscars, we've seen RRR, Natu Natu. Do you think Indian cinema, Indian music is coming of age?
If you look at the world's perspective, I think there are many other things than quality. There are many other things about culture, racism. So I think it's the right time to see all that stuff, take leadership, and do things which should change the world. And we have the tools, and we can do it.
How do you see the situation in terms of Indian cinema itself? Does it give you the kind of breadth, does it give you the kind of depth that you're looking for in terms of expression of the stupendous quality of music that you have within you? Does it draw out the best in A R Rahman?
I think the biggest gift for me in music is Indian classical, the Indian traditional music, which Hindustani, Carnatic. They have complexity, they have ragas which attach to your soul. And that's one thing I find missing in Western music. Western music has got great harmony, it's got dynamics, it's got so many other things. So I take the best of both, and it's still, you're still a drop in the ocean. There's so much to discover. There's so many ways to express music, so many ways to arrange music, present music, and with the visual tools now, it's even more exciting.
And how do you treat music from the first film onwards? And I'm mainly talking about Hindi cinema. I don't quite understand Tamil, so the words do get lost. I mean, music, of course, has no language, but some of the words, the lyrics get lost. So I'm talking about Roja, Dil Se, some of these films that we've grown up on over the last several years, which, is it even possible to ask you, how was the first moment when you stepped into the Hindi film industry, and what did you see around you, and did it shock you, the disorder that many people talk about that exists or used to exist in Bollywood?
I think any creative stuff has disorder. It's just chaos. And how sereneness comes from, it's a duty of as an artist to bring people from chaos to order, or vice versa. I personally I was like a rebel because I was in the movies 10 years before I became a composer. I was playing as a keyboard player, and I was bored with it. That boredom gave me the courage to do something else. I felt like if I need to be in the film industry, I need to be like this or not. So that courage and rebelliousness actually gave me the energy to find my own path. And then you realize it's just scratching the surface. There's so much more to do. There's so many things. As you become a composer, as you get all the love from the people or criticism from the people, you find your own path. And that's the thing which I'm proud of, finding your own path. And that path is just not about you. After a decade, then you're taking people along with you, or you're going along with, the younger talent, and then it's a give and take. Yeah.
So you were possibly the first startup in music, in the field of music, and you found your own path. Do you still think you're discovering new paths every day, or you think you found one and you are now treading it?
No, I think we never find till we go off. I think each day, if you don't think there's something new, then you're stagnating. I feel like, and especially now, you're attacked with so much of, you're desensitized with so much of work, so much of music, so much of visual, so much of medium, right? And within that, how do you find that one thing which you believe in, which you think people are going to resonate with? That's the challenge now. And how do you be true to a movie or whatever you're composing for, or writing a piece for an orchestra? How do you stay true to that, without getting distracted? Many challenges. It's not as simple as how we started back in the 90s. Now it's like a million battles to fight. At the same time, the truth, if you're true to your art, I think people resonate with that.
Absolutely. And people have always resonated with your music. Let me ask you, Indian classical music has often been perceived as niche, yet collaborations like Shakti are proving its universal appeal. Do you think Indian musicians are innovating enough?
There are, I think the younger lot, I'm seeing so many interesting ways they express music. They've found themselves in a way. Even though it's much, much more tough to come out, because as I said, when I started, the path was very clear for newness, People were in a kind of a bracket where they were very happy with what they were doing. But the whole of 90s was like disapproval from everyone. No, that's not going to stay. That's not going to stay. And then they realized, okay, it's going to stay. And then many youngsters took to the style of production or composition or innovative styles which are now embraced with the movie industry now. But yeah.
As an artist who's received international acclaim, whether it's the Grammys or the Oscars, what advice would you give to young aspiring Indian musicians who want to achieve that kind of success, the dreams and the milestones that you've set for them?
Well, I would say find yourself. Because when something's coming on radio, something's coming on MTV, you have to imagine your song there, and would you see it? And you have to be so self-critical about what your art is, and then you have to nudge yourself to find yourself, so that when you find yourself, other people find you. Can't be naive like a frog in the well where you think, oh, what I'm doing is great. We have to put ourselves there in the world and see. Same with Indian musicians, Indian songwriting, and who expect great results and go to Grammys. And it's happening now. We earned more than 6 Grammys this year. And I kind of predicted this when I won the Grammy. In fact, I said that in 10 years, we're going to see so many different Grammys Indians winning. And that's happening, which I'm grateful, yeah.
What role, you use a lot of technology when you compose music. Are you scared that artificial intelligence, the way it's coming up in every field, suddenly nobody will need musicians, composers anymore, and suddenly, you just say something and something will happen on its own? And how do we balance the use of technology and the complete takeover of man?
I'm going to go back 1984, December, I got the first music computer. And people told me, why are you getting this? Who's going to use all that? And then Mr. Ilayaraja called me. I said, you got a music computer, I want to use that. So that was my first gig with him. And in fact, the whole industry at 85, they were talking, oh my God, we're going to lose jobs. This kid has brought this computer and it's playing by itself. And nothing happened. Everything coexists. We use the advancement in technology for the benefit of for humanity. When and everything will coexist. TV is coexisting with, internet. Internet is coexisting with theaters. And then musical theater, which is on Broadway and West End, still survives. There is an audience for everything. We are 8 billion people now. So the world, some people prefer this, some people, So I personally feel that artificial intelligence should be given to the underprivileged to excel, to nurture them, to pull them up from the misery they are and use it as a tool to eradicate poverty. It's very easy to say that, but I feel like if people heads in every department, put the heads together, they will find a way to use this as a positive tool rather than a negative tool, thinking that it's going to be a doomsday, device.
Do you think there's enough originality in Indian music, especially in Bollywood?
I think every industry takes, it changes itself to the good or the bad. I think we see that constant evolution in Hindi film industry or Tamil film industry, where suddenly something becomes famous, and I think the things which stay along are the organic things. There's certain things which are raga based, are still there. People love those things. Melodies people love still. Dance songs people love still. And now even this whole idea of having 12 different composers for one soundtrack, like how the West was doing for ages, taking different songs for. That's there, and then we have movies like Chamkila or Maidaan where I'm composing for the whole thing. Other than the Chamkila songs, they are coexisting. So there'll be a need for everything, I feel. And it depends on what is bringing more joy to people. And that will stay, I guess.
You spoke about Maidaan, and that's your new upcoming film. Can you just give us something from Maidaan, something that you can hum along, something that we can really, watch and be part of at the Times Now Summit?
Yeah, the Maidaan actually celebrates the golden age of football, and then cricket took over, right? So I think the movie is celebrating football, celebrating what we were, what at that time, what it took for those great people to do what they did. And actually today I'm going to launch one of the songs which is our favorite.
Okay, big headline news. Only for audiences of the Times Now Summit. A R Rahman has just informed us that he's launching the song from Maidaan. That is your personal favorite?
In a way, yeah. It's about India Unstoppable. It's about Team India. So the song is called Team India. So.
Oh, wow. Team India. Amazing. Team India. Now, if that didn't send your blood racing, nothing else would. But what's this? Chak De to Maidaan, sports, your new driver?
No, I think even scoring Lagan and Pele, I'm zero sports. My sports are all music, and so. But I kind of live. It's the same kind of tension, no? Any leader in any industry, whether it's sports or music, we're all like biting our nails before a movie comes out. When there's a game, yeah.
And
before marriage.
Team India just touches a chord.
Yes.
Every Indian, I'm sure, Team India and this anthem touches a chord. How are you such a genius? How do you churn these things out?
Pressure.
Every other day.
Pressure, as you say, like when. So this movie, as I told you, celebrates Sayyid Abdul Rahim and his leadership, taking all those people to success in the 60s. Actually, you should watch the movie. It's pretty unique. Where done with so much of passion by Amit Sharma, Boni Kapoor, Ajay Devgan. And so whenever a sports movie comes, actually, literally, it pulls me into the ground. at least mind-wise, and I have to imagine what beats to put, what instruments do we use, how do we be different from the previous sports movie I've done. So in this, actually, there's a lot of humanity in it. There's romance. There is the wife character is amazing, and then the way she handles something. When you see the movie, you'll understand what it is. And so this song, I think it took 4 iterations to get where we are.
Oh, fantastic. And how long did you take to compose this one?
The first few songs finished very soon, during COVID, I think. But this one took a little bit of time. The director was particular that it should be a song where it feels like we are arrived and we are walking to this world, which is what your Unstoppable India is about.
Absolutely. Unstoppable India and Unstoppable A R Rahman right here on the same stage. And what a pleasure. And it's unfair to ask, but I still will ask. In your career, if you were to tell us the different steps of the ladder and, from, let's say, 10 songs of your own composition, rate them 1 to 10 and please hum it for us.
The rating, humming, both is a problem. But I can tell you what I feel like. So when I did my first movie, I felt like this is the last movie. I don't think I have anything in myself after this. I've given it all away. And then, then you realize when you work with directors, lyric writers, and then script writers, then you feel like, oh, that's actually triggering something within me. Then for my biggest challenge was, I'm a movie person. I'm born in the film industry, right? My father, film composer. And for me, it's like, is music only about films? Or it takes you out? So my challenge was, the first album, Vande Mataram, Matuje Salam, was a conscious effort to go away from movies to think, can I do something outside the box? And that was that. And now,
what an anthem that is. Yeah. Maa Tujhe Salam.
And I think it's strange actually when different people heard it, there were different rays. There are people who didn't like it, and there are people who cried. So I saw both.
Who didn't like it?
So
Can we take them somewhere for treatment?
No. I think they were all looking at movie because my friendship circle was all movie circle. And when they looked at it, this movie doesn't belong to any movie. It is not from a movie, first of all. So those who...
I think they need treatment, whoever they are. Unnamed, let them be. But if they didn't like Maa Tujhe Salam...
I think they didn't associate that sound with me. Or maybe it was... because I'm changing constantly. The 90s AR is different from the 2000 2010. Then post Oscars is different. The challenges are different for me in my life. I'm an educationist now, so I'm also thinking about how do you bring the void. Fill up the void of musical education. At least for what I need to make music in movies without going to London or Prague or Budapest to record my music. So we have a native orchestra from my KM Conservatory. We have a native choir. Then, all that stuff comes from desperation, comes from, oh my God, this void, how do you fill it up? And now there are kids who play with, like Lydian, who's won, $1 million from the US, and the Sunshine Orchestra who played with me at the UN, and they're winning awards all over the place, and now Payal and Anirudh and, those 2 piano players from a conservatory are winning all the awards in US. And so that feels really good, that it's not just about yourself, it's about how you pull the younger generation out there. Amazing
story how A R Rahman is not just about himself, but he's creating new talent, and these stars are rocking somewhere in the world, are finding their place under the sun. Huge round of applause for that one. Such humility and so much to give. Does that make you a bit of a misfit in the movie world?
I think I don't see myself only in the movie world, strangely, because when you travel, you realize how small you are. And in perspective to the composers or artists abroad, and you are small and big at the same time. So big in certain things, small in certain things, and then you notice and see what is the void and how do you push yourself to fill that gap or evolve in certain things and probably give back in certain things. And my dream is actually to start an arts collective in Chennai, to build a place where we can do stuff like Broadway, you know. And so we're planning with a couple of friends to do that. And that's a huge undertaking because it's, again, terrifying to think about finance and the company and what would something go wrong. Apart from the excitement which people are going to get, apart from...
So a musical on Broadway next?
Yeah, Broadway in Chennai.
And I can't...
So I'm writing a musical for one of the directors in London, but I can't tell that now. So 6 months later.
This is the worst thing you can do to a journalist, that you drop a hint and then you say, I can't give the details.
Yeah.
You know, journalists can actually have seizures and heart attacks on stage because they're not getting to the bottom of things. It's so unfair.
But I think it's important to keep certain secrets so that when it comes out, it has a better impact.
So are we getting a promise from you that we'll have, a launch like Maidaan right here, and we'll do a special conclave whenever you decide?
Absolutely. Keep that open.
All right. So we have a promise from A R Rahman. Fantastic. It's been a pleasure, A R Rahman. You are somebody we've always looked up to. Your music has given happiness. And we've hummed it, we've tapped on it, and whichever one you can hum for us. I'm sure license issues do exist, but I'm sure something would be allowed. Ma tujhe salam.
Next time. I promise.
Next time?
Yeah.
Something.
See, the thing is, when I come to talk, right, my musical brain switch off. And it's true, unfortunately.
It's true?
Yeah. I can't do like other people, how they sing. I have to tune in. It's like a meditation.
It's like meditation. Okay, so then...
Because when I see that, if I'm not prepared in singing, I'm cringing seeing myself.
You cringing. Well... Audience demand.
Completely blank.
God of music. Come on now. You can't let that pass.
Where is God is out there?
God is very often not visible to you, to the God, but the God is visible to the rest of the audience. Whatever you want. Multiple choice question has been removed and now it's whatever you want.
Team India hai hum, 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 Team India hai hum.
Ladies and gentlemen, A R Rahman, the one and only, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you very much for actually rewarding us with this opportunity to play and debut your song, Team India. It's all about Team India. Thank you.